this particular Nazi festival that you talk about, I have to say I was fairly surprised that these things kind of do even take place. I mean, you say that there is a lot of police activity, but can you talk about what it was like going to that, that this kind of massive event to celebrate, something so evil?
Yeah, by that point I had been I had been undercover with Generation Identity, so I knew at least how I would have to behave in order to be to be credible in my character. So I had been in an Airbnb with white nationalists, but I hadn't been to any events where I really felt threatened or where I felt that this could end in violence if my cover was blown. Because at the neo-Nazi festival, there were a lot of people who had a record of violence, who had been arrested before and convicted of crimes. And so I was definitely a lot more scared there than I was in the Airbnb with the Generation Identity members, because at any moment, of course, there was police protection, but you could still just get a really strong punch into the face or into the stomach if they had found out that I was actually not one of them. So that was scary, but it was also really interesting because it was such an international event, and I hadn't really expected that. I thought this would be German, purely German, maybe some Polish people because it was at the border to Poland. But there were actually people from across Europe, and speaking to some of them, I also realized how much of a role the internet played in them coming there, and especially YouTube videos of either music, the whole kind of white pride music and white power music, or also the mixed martial arts, the whole mixed martial arts sphere on YouTube, which was really overlapping with the neo-Nazi communities. So that was quite interesting to see how much of a role the online radicalization plays again in these more traditional events, because you've had neo-Nazi rock festivals for such a long time, and I never really connected that with online radicalization.